I'm riding old paint through the dust and the dawn. The stars fade to silver, the night nearly gone. The herd's moving easy, the coyotes still cry, and my heart keeps a-drifting to the western sky. Ride around, little doggies, don't you stray too far. We'll camp by the river neath the first morning star. There's coffee on the fire and a song in my side. Ride around, little doggies, till the daylight's high. My saddle's grown weary, but my spirit stays strong. Been trailing these cattle the whole season long, with a rope in my hand and the sun in my eye. I whisper old stories as the prairie rolls by. Ride around, little doggies, don't you stray too far. We'll camp by the river neath the first morning star. There's coffee on the fire and a song in my side. Ride around, little doggies, till the daylight's high. I once had a sweetheart in a red calico gown. She waved from the porch when I left that small town. Said, bring me a star from the big open sky. So I carry her promise each night I ride by. Now the moon's hanging low and the coyotes are still. The wind hums a tune through the sage on the hill. Old paint gives a snort as if telling me why. No cowboy grows old, he just learns to say goodbye. Ride around, little doggies, through the cool midnight air. The firelight's fading, but I still feel her there. When my trail reaches heaven and my days drift by, I'll ride around, little doggies, in that western sky. Ride around, little doggies, ride on. beneath the western sky so long. The dawn came up like fire, the wind was lean and cold. We saddled in the half-light, our breath a haze of gold. The boss yelled, "Move 'em east, boys," and the herd began to crawl. Just one more drive together when the trail winds down this fall. When the trail winds down this fall, boys, when the work is done and through, we'll roll into town with our pockets sound and the wide old sky turn blue. There'll be whiskey and songs and a sweet girl's call. When the road through dust and thunder, through sleet and prairie rain, each mile a tale of saddle sores, of laughter and of pain. I dreamed of my darling Mary, her letter tucked so small. She said she'd wait forever when the trail winds down this fall. When the trail winds down this fall, boys, when the work is done and through, we'll roll into town with our pockets sound and the wide old sky turned blue. There'll be whiskey and songs and a sweet girl's call. But fate's a tricky partner on this endless sea of land. One steer broke wild near sundown, and the rope slipped from my hand. The dust rose red around me, I heard the foreman call, and I knew I'd ride to heaven when the trail winds down this fall. Now the stars shine bright above me, my pony stands alone. The boys will find me come sunrise, where the sagebrush softly moans. Tell Mary not to worry, I've heard the angels draw. They're singing round the campfire when the trail winds down this fall. When the trail winds down this fall, boys, when the work is done and through, you'll hear a lonesome cowboy hum beneath that sky so blue. No more dust, no more cattle call, just peace at the end of it all. When the trail winds down this fall, ride easy now, boys. When the trail winds down this fall, like an old cowboy song. The fire burns down and the stars start to gleam, and I whisper a prayer on this dusty dream. We'll be rounded up in glory when the final call is made, where no herd goes astray and no daylight fades. By the hand of the Master through the wide open gate, we'll be rounded up in glory someday. I've trailed through the thunder, I've slept in the rain, lost friends on the prairie, felt joy and pain. But I know there's a pasture where the grass never dies, and the trail leads straight to those endless skies. We'll be rounded up in glory when the final call is made, where no herd goes astray and no daylight fades. By the hand of the Master through the wide open gate, we'll be rounded up in glory someday. When the last rope is coiled and the night winds sigh, when my saddle lies empty 'neath the big blue sky, don't weep for this cowboy, I'll be riding on high with the angels trail driving by and by. Now the moon's hanging golden, the night feels still, the coyotes hush on a faraway hill. I can see campfires burning on heaven's plain, where the good Lord's riders come home again. We'll be rounded up in glory when the work down here is through. No dust, no pain, just skies of blue. By the grace of the shepherd, I'll find my way, rounded up in glory someday, rounded up in glory someday. Ride easy now, boys. The trail fades away. The wind was howling through canyon and pine when Billy Venero heard fate's cold sign. The lightning split wide the prairie sky, and he swore by God she won't die tonight. Her cabin lay far on the mountainside, snow falling heavy where coyotes cried. The storm rolled down with a ghostly moan, but Billy saddled up he'd ride along. Ride, Billy, ride through the thunder and rain. Loves the fire that outburns pain, though the night runs wild and the cold wind sighs. Ride, Billy Venero, ride or die. He lashed old lightning his loyal grave. The snow bit deep, but he rode away. The wind tore hard at his worn-out coat, but her name still burned in his throat. He crossed the gulch where the pine trees bend, where trails get lost and rivers end. Each hoofbeat sang through the frozen mist like a vow from the heart of a dying kiss. Ride, Billy, ride through the thunder and rain. Loves the fire that outburns pain, though the night runs wild and the cold wind sighs. Ride, Billy Venero, ride or die. The dawn came pale on a lonesome hill. The storm had broken, the world stood still. They found him there with his reins in hand, snow on his hat, but his soul unmanned. And near her cabin the lamp still burned, but Billy would never see her return. For love runs deeper than rivers wide, and Billy had crossed to the other side. Ride, Billy, ride to the clear blue sky, where the faithful rest and angels cry. Your heart rode true through the dark and high. Ride on, Billy Venero, goodbye. Billy, ride on through the storm to the great beyond. Ride on through the storm to the great beyond. Come all you Texas Rangers, wherever you may ride, I'll tell you of the brave boys who fought and bled with pride. Through the cactus and the canyon, by the Rio Grande so wide, they rode for law and honor, the Rangers never hide. Ride, Rangers, ride through the wind and the flame. Guard the Lone Star, remember the name. Through the dust and the danger, through right and through wrong. Ride, Texas Rangers, forever strong. We trailed an outlaw's shadow where the desert river's been. He'd taken gold and blood, and his trail would find its end. Our captain swore by morning, we'll bring that devil down. And we spurred into the twilight, the stars our only crown. Ride, Rangers, ride through the wind and the flame. Guard the lone star, remember the name. Through the dust and the danger, through right and through wrong, ride, Texas Rangers, forever strong. The shots rang out near midnight, the canyon walls did roar. We took our stand together like 100 times before. But one by one the horses cried, and the night grew still and red, and we carried out our fallen with our hats upon our heads. Now the Rio's running silver, the dawn's begun to gleam, and I dream of my brothers in a quiet Texas dream. Their badges shine like morning stars, their names the wind will call, where the prairie meets forever and the ranger spirits fall. Ride, Rangers, ride to the endless plain. Your courage echoes in the rain, through the dust and the danger, through right and through wrong. Ride, Texas Rangers, forever strong. Ride, Rangers, ride under God's own sky, forever strong.
Goodbye, old pain, I'm leaving this town. Dust on my boots, the sun going down. We've trailed every canyon, crossed rivers wide, but the wind's calling softly from the other side. So goodbye, old pain, you carried me true, through thunder and lightning and skies of blue. When my riding's done and the stars shine through, goodbye, old pain, I'll remember you. We rode for the roundup, for wages and song, through bitter cold nights and summers long. You never did falter, no matter how steep. Now I lay down the reins and I pray you sleep. So goodbye, old pain, you carried me true, through thunder and lightning and skies of blue. When my riding's done and the stars shine through, goodbye old paint, I'll remember you. There's a meadow in heaven where the sage winds hum, where the rivers shine gold in the setting sun. I'll find you grazing when my work is through, old painting under skies of blue. Your saddle's worn thin, your eyes grow kind. You've seen more trails than I can mind. And if I ride on to that great unknown, I know you'll guide me safe back home. Goodbye old paint, the day's grown dim, the firelight fades on the canyon rim. When the angels ride and the stars break through, goodbye old paint, I'll remember you. Goodbye old paint, ride on under skies of blue.
Frankie was a cowgirl, gentle and fair. Johnny was a drifter with a midnight stare. They danced every Saturday down by the stream, where the fiddles sang soft like a faraway dream. Oh Frankie, oh Johnny, how love can burn like a campfire's glow when the night winds turn. He promised her forever under stars that shine, but forever fades faster than whiskey or time. Now Johnny rode north when the snows came down, said he'd be back soon to their little town. But word came whispering through the canyon pine, Johnny had been seen with another fine line. Oh Frankie, oh Johnny, how hearts can break like mustangs wild on a frozen lake. She saddled her mare when the moon was high, said I'll ride till I look him in the eye. She found him laughing in a dim saloon with a gambler's girl and a silver tune. Her pistol spoke soft, one cry, one flame, and the night wind carried Johnny's name. They laid him down by the old corral gate. The preacher sighed, it's a lonesome fate. Frankie rode west with her eyes on fire, never looked back, she just rode higher. Oh Frankie, oh Johnny, your tale lives on in every sad fiddle and cowboy song. Two hearts heart's lost in a love gone wrong. Oh, Frankie, oh, Johnny, right on, right on. Now out on the prairie, when the stars shine cold, you can hear her singing soft and old. A love that burns will always scar, but the West remembers who you are. Oh, Frankie, oh, Johnny, love don't lie. It just fades away where coyotes cry. So ride through the dust till your pain is gone, Frankie and Johnny, forever song. Right on, Frankie and Johnny, right on. The fire burned low on the wide frontier. The cattle were still, the night rang clear. A lone hand lay on his saddle, rolled tight, and drifted to sleep in the pale starlight. Ride easy, cowboy, your trails run true. The sky's wide open, the grass still new. There's a herd up yonder where the angels sing, and the good Lord's calling when the night winds ring. He dreamed of a range where the dust don't blow, where the rivers shine like melted snow. The chuck wagons full, the ponies strong, and every man's heart hum a gentle song. Ride easy, cowboy, your trails run true. The sky's wide open, the grass still new. There's a herd up yonder where the angels sing, and the good Lord's calling when the night winds ring. Then out of the clouds rode a silver crew in white-winged saddles. The riders flew, their robes made of starlight, their brands of flame. Each whispered softly the Savior's name. They circled the strays from the world below and rounded them gently through heaven's glow. He saw his old paint with a shining mane, and the friends he'd lost on the earthly plain. Ride easy,
easy cowboy, your trails run true. The sky's wide open, the grass still new. There's a herd up yonder where the angels sing, and the good Lord's calling when the night winds ring. When he woke at dawn, the stars grew dim, the morning breeze sang a ghostly hymn. He smiled and whispered, I've seen that land, then rode to meet it, hat in hand. Ride easy, cowboy, the day's begun. Your work down here is nearly done. There's peace up yonder on the golden plain, till we all ride home again. Ride easy, cowboy, till we all ride home again.
I was drifting through town with my hat pulled low when a ranch boss hollered, hey cowboy, let's go. Got a bronc out back with the devil in his bone, a red-eyed killer called the strawberry roan. Oh, the strawberry roan, mean as they come. He'll buck like thunder, he'll leave you numb. You can pray, you can curse, you can hold your own, but you won't outride that strawberry roan. He was slicker than satin with hide like flame, a brand on his shoulder and fire in his mane. The boys all laughed as I cinched him tight, said you'll meet your maker before daylight. Oh, the strawberry roan, wild and sly, he'll look you square in the devil's eye. You can bet your boots when he starts to moan, he'll toss you clean off that strawberry roan. He jumped, he twisted, he sun-fished high. The world went blue, the dirt met sky. But I dug my spurs and I heard him groan, said you ain't throwing me strawberry roan. Round and round through the corral to swirl, he squealed like a storm with a wicked twirl. The boys were shouting, the crowd all roared, when that bronc bowed down and I hit the board. Oh, the strawberry roan, proud of me, fastest outlaw I ever seen. But I'll tip my hat, though he broke my bone. That was one fine ride on the strawberry roan. Now the years roll by and the stories grow tall, they still tell of that ride each night at the hall. And when the new hands boast what they've known, they whisper my name with a strawberry roan. Oh, the strawberry roan, wild and free, he taught a cowboy humility. If there's broncs in heaven and dust to own, save me a ride on the strawberry roan. Ride on, old roan, ride on, you red-eyed stone. Ride on, old roan, ride on, you red-eyed stone. We'd just come off the Pecos Trail, all sore and lean and dry, when a stranger rode up grinning, said, "Boys, care to try? I've got a horse that's gentle, smooth as a summer run, but that bronc had eyes of thunder, the spotted zebra done." Oh, ride him, cowboy, ride him if you can. He'll toss you to the moon and back again. He's half Mustang and half your sin. Hold tight, boys, the zebra done the grinning. Ride him, boys, ride him if you can. The wrangler laughed behind his hand, said, "Go on, take a seat." The stranger swung a leg across, boots barely found the stirrups meet. That bronc blew up like a thunder drum, sun flashing off his hide, and 10 feet up when rider hadn't cried. Oh, ride him, cowboy, ride him if you dare. He'll send you through the sage and into air. He'll twist, he'll buck till the dust done spun. That high kick, split-haired zebra done. Now ride him, boys, ride him if you can. We found the stranger later, sitting sore and pale, saying, "Boys, that horse could beat the devil's trail." We fed him beans and laughed till we cried beneath the sun, still swearing that bronc was 2 parts ghost and 1 part gun. Now every cowhand knows the tale, they'll tell it with a grin, how the stranger tamed no pony, but the pony tamed him. And when campfires crackle and stories run, you'll hear a chuckle about that zebra done. Oh, ride him, boys, ride him fast and free. Oh, ride him, boys, ride him fast and free. He'll kick your dreams to Tennessee. He's striped like lightning and weighs a ton, that no good high-flying zebra done. The ride him, boy, flying zebra done. Now I'm old and gray with stories to spare, but none beat the ride of that wild nightmare. When I meet St. Pete and my race is run, I'll ask him if he's seen that zebra done. Oh, ride him, cowboy, ride him through the sun. The laugh lives on with the zebra done. Oh, ride him, cowboy, ride him if you can. He'll toss you to the moon and back again. He's half Mustang and half pure sin. Hold tight, boys, the zebra done's a grinning.